It's not a bird, it's not a plane, it's Superhero Slate. It's a weekly podcast where we talk about everything that's great, like movies, TV, superheroes. It's Superhero Slate. Oh yeah.
Hello everyone and welcome to Superhero Slate, the show where we run down the latest superhero entertainment news.
We love TV, movies, and superheroes, so let's talk it all out.
My name is Chris.
And my name is Brian.
And this week, we have Star Wars Day tomorrow, Brian. I don't know if you knew about that. It's May the 4th be with you. I don't know if you heard about this?
I've heard of the Star Wars.
Okay, great. I was trying to do like a little was it a Jerry Seinfeld bit? Have you heard about that? Not Jerry Seinfeld, the late night. Yeah, the late night comedian. But yeah, Star Wars Day, May the 4th is tomorrow. Revenge of the 5th is Tuesday. Or Cinco de Mayo if you want to celebrate one of those fake holidays. But we'll talk about some rumored announcements for tomorrow. Spider-Man Noir Sounds Fun. We've got some early reviews comparing it to a show I think we can both say we enjoyed. We'll talk about that later. Ooh. X-Men 97 teams get revealed in some promotional artwork. All three of them. And I'm glad you're here, Brian, as a guest, because I think like you might understand these teams a little more than Mike would because these are comic book based teams. So excited to have you on for that and more.
Excited to be here.
Yes, thank you. Brian stepping in. Mike couldn't make it today. Brian coming in at the last minute. So I really, really appreciate that for us today. I'm going to go ahead and give a shout to Superfan Dave. You may have heard me open that drink today because everything shifted around. He was able to hook me up with an American Dew. Have you seen the American rebrand for the Mountain Dew for the 250th?
No, I have not.
That's a cold, crisp American Dew that Dave hooked me up with yesterday. And I really want to give a shout to him. Kentucky Derby was this week down here. Brian, I think I've told you that a couple times, showed you some stuff. And my wife and I got to go to the Oaks, which is the Friday before the Derby. The Friday is all the fillies or female horse runs. And then Saturday is the male horses. So I won a contest at work to go to the Oaks. One of the cool things about it is it's all inclusive. So all the drinks and food are just free all around, which is awesome. So it was a really good day. We had a great time. And then yesterday went to a couple Derby parties where, Superfans Jason, Superfan Dave, Superfan Troy, a lot of people were hanging out. We did some bets. Sent you a photo, me and Jason. You said we were trouble. Do you still stand by that statement?
I do. It looked like trouble coming.
Yeah, it was. We had a good time with that. But I was going to give those guys a shout out for making the one Kentucky specific holiday very fun this year. So shout out to them. Brian, what have you been up to? Anything good before we hop into the news? Anything on Brian's radar?
Geez, not a ton. You and I were playing some Fortnite recently, and Eben pointed out he's been clocking me playing some StarCraft recently. I've been digging back into some 10-plus-year-old video games.
Yeah,
but that's about all on my end.
Yeah. So that's funny. Like I've been thinking, like Diablo 4 just got its newest expansion. I think this week, right, Monday. Yep. And but like everyone knows, like World of Warcraft is another Blizzard game that's huge. Diablo, StarCraft, if you grew up with those like the triangle of properties out of Blizzard, right? You couldn't go wrong with any of those. And one of the cool things, I think StarCraft is awesome. I'm not much of an RTS person. StarCraft is great. I remember the first Warcraft being an RTS. Remember, it's essentially StarCraft was the space version, and Warcraft was like the fantasy medieval version of that.
Your orcs.
Yeah, orcs and humans. I mean, anything got you back into StarCraft in particular?
I think just nostalgia, having not played it long enough, and I do kind of wonder if there's something in the Blizzard advertising for Diablo 4 that has made me think about StarCraft again, because the timing's too crazy.
Yeah. I'll tell you what. You've given us a great segue into our first topic here, because you're thinking StarCraft. I'm thinking Star Wars.
There it is.
Because the thing is, we are also fans of the Star Wars RTS. It was Empire at War, and what's the other one?
Galactic Battlegrounds.
Yes. Which I think were just essentially skins on top of Empire at War, I believe. Not Empire at War. Age of Empires at
Age
the
of
time.
Empires.
So absolutely, those are great servers. I would love a re-release, like a nice little remaster of those. Just we don't need to change anything. Just make them look, 4K, maybe even 1080. I'll take a 1080 version of these things.
Right there with you.
Yeah, we even have
money.
we even have a Discord set up. Brian knows about this for just to play and talk about that game and share screens when we do play. So that's how important that game is to us throughout that. But yes, anyway, May the 4th is tomorrow, and this May the 4th be with you, May the 4th be with you kind of play. So it's called Star Wars Day, and I think Star Wars Celebration is coming up pretty soon.
Sure.
At the end of the week maybe. But one of the things, there's 3 rumored items coming through for tomorrow, and probably next week we'll be looking like fools, or we'll be looking like, hey, we got these right. So tomorrow is one is Tales of the Jedi, a Luke Skywalker based series. You remember the Tales of the Jedi, the Ahsoka and Dooku?
The miniseries.
Yes.
Or,
yep. Like the
Disney
3
Plus
episodes
shows?
each. Yes.
Yeah. The Tales of the Jedi one was great. I did not get all the Empire ones. Just never got around to watching all of those. But
yeah, there's Empire and Underworld. The thing is, and we talked about this a couple weeks ago, and it is that those are characters that not very many people are as familiar with, right? Dooku was fun because we got to see the old Yaddle return after episode 1. But a Luke Skywalker version of this would definitely get, I think, a lot more people who aren't fans of the Clone Wars or who haven't watched that stuff to be on board because it's a character they know and recognize.
I agree. I think there's a lot of people itching for more Luke Skywalker stuff, and this is Disney's chance to give it to them.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think Mark Hamill would be back to voice him if they need him to, or they'd find a way to do that. They also remember they de-aged him in the Mandalorian seasons and Boba Fett seasons. So
right.
Absolutely. The other one is the Jedi video game Threequel. So Jedi Fallen Order, I forget what the other one was.
Jedi Survivor.
And then there's supposed to be a third one coming out. And I think this will be the first gameplay announcement for that. I love these games, Brian. I know you've played them. Are you a fan? I can't remember.
I'm a fan. I usually end up hating them about halfway through them, and then end up loving them by the end. But had a great time with the first one. Had to bump the second one down to easy difficulty, but I did make it through.
Yeah, the first one's fun. They tell a really good story, outside stuff. There are some, the first game's several years old. I think we even lived in our last house when that came out. But there's a nice Darth Vader jump scare kind of thing.
There is.
And the second one's got some really emotional points. And these are set alone. I really enjoyed the second one. There's a pocket world that you can only get to by flying a certain way, and I wouldn't say the characters in that are just really awesome. I think one of them's even from the what was it, not the Old Republic, the New Republic, or whatever it was called, the High Republic.
Okay.
So the villain, I think the Force user was from the High Republic era in that one, and that was really fun. So I'm excited to see where this goes. They left it in a interesting place, and count me down, because I love playing those games. They're very much Souls-like in the returns. They're very brutal, and you have to learn how to parry really well on some of those.
Yeah. My biggest complaint to them is that they aren't the Force Unleashed, because it was so fun to just have godlike power in those games, and you got to be a little bit more crafty in these ones.
Yeah, absolutely. But they're just so fun. I love being able to customize the lightsaber in that too, because you have the different fighting styles you can use with them and the colors. It was just great.
Yeah, they really upped that in the second one too. You can have that blaster lightsaber combo.
Yep. And the heavy,
cool.
The bigger blade, but it's it's usually a heavy sword. Yeah, 2 of them. One for attack, a defensive kind of stance, where you split your dual bladed in 2. So great. And then lastly, the Ahsoka live action trailer for the season 2 is supposed to come out tomorrow as well. So we're looking to be sitting pretty heavy on this. I'm very excited for Ahsoka. I think a lot of people are. With Dave Filoni being kind of in charge of Lucasfilm now, right? A co-CEO or whatever it is. That's definitely up there to see kind of what he brings to the table with this. And we are in the month May of Mandalorian and Grogu coming to theaters. I'm thinking we might get a Star Wars Starfighter look, like the Ryan Gosling movie. Like, yeah, they want to hype us up a little bit, right? I don't know what I want out of that movie. Is there anything like you're like, I really want to see that in Starfighter compared to anything else?
Ooh, that's a good question. No, not really. I guess I just kind of want to be surprised by that one because there's a lot about being a starfighter that's interesting. A lot of great video games where you get to fly around in Star Wars ships.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, I don't know what that one could be.
Yeah. I know it's very, disconnected from the mainline stuff. I don't think there's any Skywalkers in this. It's kind of pushing everything forward. So I love to see where everything goes other than always fighting the Republic or the Empire or stuff like that. I think, I've talked about this. You're familiar with the Star Wars novels from the 90s, right? The expanded universe stuff. Like the Yuzon Vong, like the Force, immune, or not Force immune, like anti-Force people. Love to see some of that stuff maybe start peaking up as we move Star Wars forward on that.
Yeah, move away from the Skywalkers is my opinion. They've been great, but they got a whole universe. Give us more of it.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that'd be the way to bring back some of the expanded universe stuff, which is already written and done really, really well. Also in theaters this month, Brian, we've got Mortal Kombat 2 that's coming out in theaters this week. I'm going to go see it Thursday. Myself, very excited. I need to watch the first one again. It'll be a quick little jaunt, but I sent this picture to Mike and he made it our thumbnail, and I want to share with you is at Cinemark I was looking at the popcorn bucket, which is a film slate, by the way, which I thought was really fun.
Nice.
And I was like, I really want to get that film slate sold out, but I saw this in the sold out section. Well, it's a Mortal Kombat Tankard, essentially a very, very intricate large mug. Mortal Kombat, it's got the dragon as the handle with flames on the hilt, blood rolling down. This is just classic Mortal Kombat feel looking at this thing.
It really is.
It is $100, which is wild. Again, they're hand painted, they're crafted. This feels like something you don't drink out of, but you put on the shelf and like put a light on it. And you're like, all right, let's do this. Or if you got to finish a drink, Brian, you pour it in here and you say finish him, and then you drink it real fast. Like,
ooh, there it is. It's a finisher mug.
Yeah, exactly. It's not that you don't start with it, but you finish with it for sure. I'd love to see some reviews of these when they come out. I might keep my eyes on YouTube. The fire on the handle is really cool because it's that translucent kind of crystally orange stuff as well.
It is a really nice looking mug.
Yeah. Very, very enthralled with this. So I'm not buying it for sure. I'd love to get the slate when we go see it in theater, but this is just neat as can be. For that, you can check that out in our show notes. This video game adaptations, we're going to keep rolling. Resident Evil, the upcoming reboot movie from Zach Creggar, who did Weapons, also known for The Whitest Kids You Know, if you didn't know that. The trailer for this movie has been released, and first and foremost, it doesn't feel like any Resident Evil game or movie really I've seen in a long time. Yeah, go ahead. What do you think of it?
Well, so I am very ignorant of the Resident Evil franchise, but I agree. This felt very kind of out of left field, not in a bad way, but as somebody who wasn't sure they would even connect with whatever this trailer was going to be, I watched it being like, this doesn't connect to anything I've heard about Resident Evil in the past. Looks interesting.
Sense. Yeah, so if you wouldn't have told me this was Resident Evil, I think that would have been like the biggest thing. Like this would have been like, I would be like that. Could be any horror film they slap Resident Evil on. So some of the creatures don't look familiar to me either. I've played later 5 and 6 other Resident Evil games, which are more of the action versions, not the horror games. But I've been watching some of the other plays through the old ones, like 1, 2. I'm very familiar with 4. 7 and 8, but this is like a non-main character from the games. This could be, I think he said it's set alongside the games, so they could exist, but this is what happens if you're like just a regular person rolling up into Raccoon City and you're like maybe on the outskirts, you're like, what's going on here? And having to deal with that. It was fun to see someone use a landline for the first time in a very long time in the trailer as well. And the guy in the I guess person thing in the tunnel looks a lot like Baron Harkonnen from Dune and Dune 2.
Sure.
The big bald guy. But like, yeah, this seems like pretty interesting to me, at least. I mean, I'll watch it, but like, it seems, I think Rachel was with me, she was watching it, she's like, that seems more evil than the regular Resident Evil. So I'm like, well, the other Resident Evils have nothing to do with the games. They're just action films that were like very, they jumped the shark a long time ago. But this seems to be more back to its like very minimal horror roots along the way. Yeah, I don't know if I don't know, maybe they'll make a game based on the movie. One of those things where they do it the other way. They're like, okay, well, this is a DLC where you're going to play as this character from the game. We'll keep you posted. That kind of comes up. But Spider-Man Noir, Brian, have you followed any Spider-Noir? I don't know why I typed Spider-Man, Spider-Noir. But Spider-Man Noir of the upcoming Amazon show with Nicolas Cage at all?
Well, all I saw is that I saw some sort of image of that they're doing the organic webbing.
Yes, we talked about that last week. Yeah. So the reviews for this, people are, I guess, people who have received this to review. I've already seen all of those shows, and some people have already been approved to share the reviews. This doesn't come out till May 27th, but they have said they are comparing it to Batman the Animated Series for its noir tone and its mixes of seriousness with camp, kind of like the animated series was. And
excellent.
That's high praise. That's a dangerous praise for.
Agreed.
But like, yeah.
The Batman Crusader show they did pretty recently was pretty good as well. So, I don't know if they're pointing at that too. I think this could be really good.
Yeah, it looks fun. It looks, again, we don't have to watch anything else. It's not connected to anything. It's very set in there. Nicolas Cage, he has that ability to play something crazy, but like with like a little twinkle in his eyes. Like, yeah, I know I'm doing this kind of silly, like in a serious way. So I think that'll be fun. We also got the episode titles here, which give nothing away because it's called like Step Into My Office, Tread Lightly, Double Cross, A Mistake I'll Never Make Again, Betrayal, Nightmare on a Gurney, Nobody's Hero, and The Man in the Mask. Those are very generic titles, so nothing there. But I'm interested to see, again, like I said, how much noir elements can they do? How much voiceover, how much damsel in distress are they going to pull into this, right?
Yep. Yeah, this one, I was very surprised to hear they were making it, but I'm along for the ride.
Mm-hmm. The I always say I don't like the newer Batmans because they always try to do more realistic and more gritty, right? Every Batman movie is like realistic and grittier. How much more realistic, how much grittier can we be than the last one? And that's fine, but like I like Batman when he's a detective, and this feels like Batman detective, but like if he had spider powers instead, like of that universe. So
yeah, I like that combination. I love old noir detective stories, and I love superheroes, so I think this is going to be a fun combination.
Yeah, I think it'll be a really, really good nod, wink at the camera, a chance for me to use my Amazon Prime subscription to watch it. Are you familiar with the upcoming Supergirl movie?
I am.
Good, because we have a new look at Supergirl, Kara Zor-El in her Supergirl outfit versus the villain Krim of the Yellow Hills. Have you read the Tom King Superman Woman of Tomorrow?
I did. I'm a huge Tom King fan, and it's an interesting story. It didn't have as many I didn't find it as memorable as a lot of his other stuff. Where it's like I remember Krem, but I couldn't repeat what you said about the yellow.
Krem of the Yellow Hills, yeah.
Right, where it's but it's a good story. I'm a sucker for anything where a dog is on the line.
Yeah. Well,
So I'm very excited to see this come to life.
yeah, absolutely. Well, the one thing about this is we've always seen kind of Krim from the front on the trailers, right? Like he's got some scars and some like piercings all over his face. In the comic book, though, he looked more like, and you're gonna know this, Jason Jasano's Spartax, Star-Lord's dad, where it's just like a regular dude with a beard.
Yes.
He didn't have all like this ponytail, this armor, this weird stuff going on. So it's interesting to see how they've interpreted that. For this version.
This is a fun one for me to see James Gunn play with too, because the Supergirl comic wasn't super memorable. There was a lot of wackiness in it that I could see him having a lot of fun with the backgrounds and background characters to this whole movie.
Yeah. So they can build that. I know. Again, I'm gonna say it feels a lot like Guardians of the Galaxy. Looks like a little like Guardians of the Galaxy here. Very like this looks like someone that would have been in Yondu's crew, to be
the Ravagers. Yes.
Yeah, he looks like a Ravager. So not overly surprised with that, but we'll see how this pays off. This comes out in June 26th. And we're less than 2 months away, right? All of May, all of June. So yeah, it'll be here before we know. I think the tickets will probably go on sale in the next couple of weeks. So we'll keep everyone posted when those do go up. Lanterns, my favorite DC property. I've said it on the show a lot of time. Brian knows this. I brought him along with me into the War of Light.
You did.
You did. So a lot of people have been saying, the new Lantern trailer, there's not enough Green Lantern stuff. There's not enough green. James Gunn posted this picture of, I'm pretty sure it's Hal Jordan charging up to a power lantern, his ring. I believe that's Hal Jordan charging up, but I think that's John Stewart holding the lantern. But the thing about this is, it's a big green energy lantern. That is how Green Lanterns charge their rings. Like a lot of people don't know that. They just think, I think they kind of dropped that bit of lore over the years, right? Like the ring just does things. So it is fun to see that they are bringing back the crystal lanterns that you have to touch to charge it, and really bring the power to life here. Also, the trailer that they put out a couple months ago was taken down and re-uploaded because they had to take out licensing for the song they used in it, so they put in the score instead.
Wow.
But yeah, I don't know. I mean, what are your feelings on Lanterns as a show?
I'm very excited for it. I'm not a big fan of the way that studios and the media saw the last Green Lantern movie, and kind of we all decided Green Lantern was sort of dead for a while, where I just see a lot of potential in the Green Lantern mythos on the big screen, or in live action rather, and I'm glad we're getting back to it. We haven't seen a lot from this, but what we're seeing looks good, and I like the sort of gemstone kind of crystal quality to the lantern rings. That's interesting to me.
Yeah, it gives it the unrefined finesse of it. Like, I think some of the lantern designs, they try to streamline them, make them look very like, oh, this is what a lantern is. It's more of an accessory than an item, and this looks more like, oh, this is where the Guardians of Oa, is that how you pronounce it? Oa, the planet, sorry, OA. Send that down, and that's how they get the lanterns to charge them up. I want to see more. I think it kind of looks like True Crime. Is that what it is? The True Crime series?
It does look like that
with some powers. I'm more passionate about this than probably some other people. Like the banner last week got me a little agitated, Brian, and maybe you can agree with me. Well, it said like only one can wear the ring, and I'm like, that's not how Green Lanterns work, right? Like, no. I've explained my feelings on that last week. You want to say how incorrect that is for everybody else, so they don't think I'm just crazy?
I mean, it's very incorrect though. There's like 6 Green Lanterns probably,
at least on Earth. At least on Earth,
exactly.
We also saw not Hal Jordan, the other one, Guy Gardner in Superman.
That's right.
And also, like, I said this, you don't fight over a ring. Like, if you die, the ring just chooses a new person.
Right.
So, I I don't know. It definitely. I was like, that's not only one can wear the ring. That means people don't understand what's going on here or how these rings work.
Right. This is famously a squad.
Yeah. Yeah. A whole police corps, actually,
Right.
if you will. So,
Yes.
but there are also some everyone's like, oh, maybe Hal Jordan dies in this. There was a very prominent late '90s, maybe early 2000s issue where where Hal Jordan became the villain Parallax because he had the yellow lantern entity in him, which was Parallax, and that kind of turned him evil because yellow's is the one weakness the Green Lanterns had because of that. But he ended up coming back Green Lantern Rebirth, which led us into War of Light and Darkest Night and all this other stuff, which is how I got on board with it. So I mean, maybe he becomes Parallax. I know they have Sinestro in here and Kilowog and some other stuff, but I would love to see them maybe give us that Green Lantern for a little bit. Hal Jordan, that's not quite all there.
Sure.
But yeah, anyway, so you can check out that photo in our show notes of that. Brian, have you been keeping up with Invincible?
Ooh, yes, I have.
Okay.
I loved this last season.
Okay, and that just ended right last week, right?
Yes, it did.
Okay. So that's what I thought it did. Yeah, the other thing is not only that, the Invincible versus fighting game just dropped on the 30th as well.
Okay, I've been seeing ads for this.
Yeah, so it dropped on April 30th. I was like, I was like, I have two. I've been seeing gameplay and reviews. Reviews are pretty positive, but they say it's overpriced for actually who's in it. Okay. So maybe wait a little bit till they add more people in. But in a very funny post on Instagram, the Invincible HQ and Prime Video have stated that Invincible will return for season 5. Should be sometime in 2027. Voice acting is complete. Thrag will be back. Dinosaurus will also be back. Conquest will not be back. So they're having fun with this. They understand. They are. There's no really window, but they're like, yeah, it'll be next year. Something in there. But I think that's a good time. How was your season? How did you enjoy the season this time?
Loved it. We got our Lee Pace.
Oh yeah,
coming in as Thrag, which very very chilling, great villain. He does some great voice work on that. It ended all too quickly for me. Season 5, get here.
Yeah, I think that's another fun part. One of the things, as someone who doesn't watch Invincible, it's not overstaying its welcome. Right, when it comes out, people are like, "Yeah, I want to watch this," and then it's over. I want more. But it's not overstaying and trying to do longer seasons just because they probably could with that. So, yeah, it sounds like a good time. Was it the episode where they go to hell? Was that in this season?
That was on this season, yes.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I know that one from the comic book, right? So
okay.
That's why I was like, I'm pretty sure we're in, if we're near Thrag, we got to be near the hell issues as well. So
season 1, we got a character voiced by the actor that was Mr. Krabs.
Oh yeah.
And he comes back in this season which was the first time we've seen him since season 1. So that it was cool to. His story had just kind of been hanging there for the last 4 seasons.
Yeah. I hate to ask. I know Mark Hamill is the guy who makes the suits for him, right?
Yes.
Is he this season as well?
Yes. I think he had a brief cameo.
Because I think he changed outfits between the seasons, so that's why I was kind of more curious of that.
Yes.
So, absolutely. With that, another reason, if you've got Amazon Prime, now that all the first 4 seasons are wrapped up, you can either binge watch that, or if you've been keeping up with it, even better.
There's also an Adam Eve movie on Amazon Prime as well.
Yeah, it's like a little special of that.
Yeah. It's fun.
Yeah, and then I think I know the comic book's been done for a while, but aren't they doing the Battle Beast comic book as well right now?
Yes, I think it just started or it starts this summer.
Okay, I'm gonna type it up in the background here. Um, let's see here because I want to know because I've read all this stuff about it. Set in between issues 1955 of the original one. Blah 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 blah. Nope, that
I
took
think
me all the
Scotty
way.
Young did a variant cover.
Yeah, let's see. No, it's been out for about a year. It came out May of
Oh my gosh.
2025. So it is going. I don't know if it's still going. I thought it was. Um, let's see. Number one. A lot of number ones. Volume one. Volume one. Volume one. It's free comic book day this weekend too for people who aren't in the
It
know.
was.
Um, and for those like Brian, there's a Dungeon Crawler Carl in there. Uh,
Oh, yes, there was. I'm gonna have to get my hands on that.
uh, I when I think of Invincible characters, they strike me as characters who would be in Dungeon Crawler Carl. Like when I think of Battle Beast, I'm like, oh, it's
That'll
not.
be
I don't think of Invincible. I think of Dungeon Crawler Carl or something.
totally.
Or I think of our next topic, Masters of the Universe, because
Boom.
I feel like I know there's Beast Man, but Battle Beast sounds like it's Battle Cat, right? Is the name of the cat he rides in. So like I'm like, oh, this is so confusing because I'm not good with toy names. But I put a link in here to a villain trailer that came out. It's like how long is this? Is it like 30 seconds or something? Please don't play in my ear. When I click on it, it's going to probably play in my ear. How do I mute this tab before it loads? We just mute it. There we go. It's about a minute long, and it kind of does like a rundown of like the villains you're gonna see in there. Nicholas Galzatine gives us Skeletor. I can't not Brie Larson, Allison Brie gives us
Allison Brie.
Evil Lynn. They show us a bunch of people. Travis Knight goes through some of the characters. It's fine until we get like this is pretty cool until we get to the end and Skeletor it says like I am the villain, and he does like a really weird laugh, and I'm like, oh no, don't show us that. Oh, I hate this. This feels
Yeah.
like Jared Leto. Why would they do that to us?
Right. Great. Yeah. No, I don't like it. I do not like how it ended.
So I'm like, oh no, like they like that's what I'm thankfully this is a little teaser and it's like out of context. It's cut for a teaser, but I'm like, good lord, let's please don't ruin this. Like I've had so much goodwill towards this, and then I'm like, oh, they've been cutting around, Jared Leto part of this. I can't read the replies because I'm not logged in on Twitter, but yeah, you can check out that link and let us know what you think because I would love to know what everybody else thinks. If that's giving them the squirmies or not, watching that. But the movie is coming out this summer, and I am still currently more excited than not excited to watch it. So keep our fingers crossed. Moving up on the list, Brian, Django Zorro. Are you familiar with the comic book Django Zorro featuring
No.
Django from Django Unchained and Zorro from obviously the Zorro?
The Legend of Zorro?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, so in the movie Django Unchained came out in 2012. Django Zorro was a comic book that came out in 2014 that essentially was, Django was out, doing, work for hire, and Zorro, the original Zorro, I forget his name because there's been multiple Zorros. In the movie from the 90s, who played Hannibal Lecter in the 90s?
Odin.
Yeah. Anthony Hopkins,
Hopkins.
was the original Zorro who passed it down to Antonio Banderas. So
Okay.
it's supposed to be the Anthony Hopkins version, and he's essentially a
Yeah.
bodyguard for him. With that, and so they're looking to make this into a movie, officially a sequel for this, given the blessing by Quentin Tarantino, who is avoiding making a 10th movie because he said that at one time that he's only making 10 movies, and he,
Okay.
but this is the second movie of his getting a sequel spinoff. I've heard about this year, but like, I don't know. This is interesting. What would you want to see out of this, Brian? If you were a fan,
Man, that's a tough question. I guess a lot of like karmic shootouts. Because
Yeah.
I feel like Zorro's infamously a character that, fights for the underdog, and
does he use a
Django-
gun?
I don't think so.
I'm gonna Google
No,
this. You keep going. You keep going. I'm gonna look up. Does Zorro use a gun?
But uh, yeah, I think we could see some very evil and racist people go down in a movie that combines those two heroes.
Yeah. So looking this up, Zorro's weapons primarily he uses a rapier and a bullwhip. I think I'm familiar with
Okay.
the sword, but he also uses a pistol, especially later adaptations in movies to disarm or fight from a distance. Um, okay,
Wow.
interesting. I mean, I like if it's set in Tarantino's universe, like this has to be, especially the Django version, full of bloodshed, right? Like,
Yeah.
I think
Yeah, this is gonna be plenty.
yeah, I think the comic book like was like okay, well, Django was like he went on with Zorro. And he's like, oh, slavery is more than just American. Like, I think maybe they went to maybe Mexico or Spain or somewhere else where like there is more slavery that he was fighting against, not just for the African Americans in his
Sure.
story. So I think it'd be interesting to see kind of take that role. I don't know who I'd want to see. I mean, Jamie Foxx has to come back as Django, right? Like, there's no other person to play him.
Yeah. I would
Um,
hope he'd want to.
yeah, absolutely. Who do you put as Zorro? An older Zorro, but not too old. George Clooney? Is he too old? I don't know. I'll have to figure that
Oh,
out. Yeah, but I think there's a lot of opportunities here. The comic was written by co-written by Quentin Tarantino, Matt Wagner. This movie is supposed to be directed by Brian Helgeland, who did Mystic River and LA Confidential, so he's an Academy Award winner. So this isn't like, oh, we're just gonna hand it off to some other person and do it. Um,
sure. Very interesting.
yeah, I definitely wouldn't have pegged this as like, oh yeah, this is gonna show up one day in several years. Brian, you read this topic earlier and got very confused because you've not been following the Infinity Vision saga at all, which is
No.
interesting. So, Infinity Vision was a rumored thing we saw a couple of weeks ago, and we're like, what is this? Is this Infinity Ultron? What's going on? Disney came out to say
Yeah.
Infinity Vision is essentially a screen, um, like a how do I put it? It's not IMAX, but it's like, oh, you're gonna go to a Cinemark uh CXD screen or whatever it's called, XD screen. Like, it's the biggest picture, the best projector. Like, you only get one in the theater usually, or two. Infinity
Okay.
Vision is Disney saying we're gonna start giving theaters who meet our specifications a stamp, and they can have Infinity Vision to watch things in. And one of the first movies will be in game when it hits this re-release later in September.
Oh, sure. I forgot about that.
Yes, so that is essentially just a sticker saying that we're certifying this as like meeting our standards. Like, usually a little bit, maybe one or two in a whole cinema. They won't upgrade them all. But the interesting part is, this has come out to say, like, because Disney Doomsday or Avengers Doomsday is not going to be in IMAX screens
Okay.
later this year because of Dune 3 locking in before Doomsday moved around the first time and got delayed, which was supposed to be this week, by the way. For people who don't remember, it was supposed to be.
Sure. May 1st.
Yeah. So we were supposed to get that. So it got pushed back. It's fine for quality. So IMAX CFO Natasha Fernandez has said, from our view, we feel it's a marketing play to try and offset the fact they don't have an IMAX platform or brand for Avengers Doomsday. It doesn't offer the consumer anything they couldn't get yesterday. I think that's a fair assessment. It's just a sticker for a theater, but it's not really IMAX. Now, on the flip side, IMAX, when you film with IMAX, they own part of the movie and they control how you
Okay.
release it. So, like, that's why you can't find
Oh,
IMAX DVDs, or IMAX
no.
doesn't have a streaming service because
Okay.
they have such high specifications. So, like, maybe in the theater, that's great. Like, we have a really shitty IMAX here in my town. To be honest with you, it's not very, very good. So I don't hold IMAX weight here, but maybe if I came up to visit you, they probably I think they have a full size one in Detroit, right, at the
Yep.
Science Center. So
Yep. That's the Science Center.
yeah, so I think that would be awesome. Now, if you were to, I would give this a Brian pass since you're not into. If you said you're gonna watch this in Infinity Vision, would that make you want to go to that theater a little bit more?
I don't know. Maybe for a Marvel movie, just because if you're telling me it's a slightly bigger screen and I can watch the Marvel-y goodness a little bit bigger, but I, I don't know
It's
what a
it's also a bigger screen, a laser projector, or the biggest
yeah.
screen, a laser projector, and a a sound system as well. There's something about the sound. So it's like a mixture of things, not just a screen size.
Okay.
I think there's I think they said maybe 180 or no 70. I think maybe 70 theaters in the U.S. that currently would pass it, and if they upgrade it, they could have more by the end of the year.
See, what they might get me to do is go back and see it a second time, because if I don't see it the first time in Infinity Vision, this might be I might have to check it out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm interested to see what it is. Again, my go-to is my Cinemark across the street. I don't know if Cinemark is going to say yes, we want to carry our XD brand and the Infinity Vision stamp. Does that mean anything? It's like there's 3D, there's real 3D, there's real 3D and also 3D. I'm I don't know the difference between these.
The D-box seats or whatever. Yeah.
But I know those. The seats move on those. That I get.
Sure.
And there are other gimmicks, but if this is just, hey, you're gonna make sure we have a laser projector and all that stuff. I mean, that's fine. I guess I'm not jazzed, but at the same time, I also have no weight in IMAX locally, so I think this is a problem. Do you ever go see anything in IMAX up there?
It's pretty rare. The Henry Ford Museum near us used to play theatrical movies in their IMAX too, and now they use it solely for educational movies. But you and I and Alyssa tried to go see Star Trek Into Darkness back when that was out, and that was right around the time that theater stopped showing movies. But we used to go up there all the time. I saw all the Matrix movies in IMAX up there when they came out.
Mm-hmm.
So it was a lot of the Attack of the Clones.
Oh yeah,
there was a lot of fun movies in that theater.
Oh yeah, I remember. I mean, I think we went into that to see if they had the tickets, right? And then we were like, oh, they don't have it. So I remember how much it felt like a real fancy theater experience in the lobby at least.
Yep.
So that's pretty cool. I'd love to do this. I know Indianapolis, which is almost a halfway point for us, has the 70 millimeter IMAX theater still. You can actually go see the 70 millimeter prints.
Wow.
At some of that stuff. So I know that's a big magnet for that, which is really, really cool. But yeah, Infinity Vision, we'll see kind of where it goes in a couple.
Also, great name for it.
Yeah, the logo's good. If you get a chance, Google the logo later. Yeah, I think you'll like it. Punisher, One Last Kill, coming out on Disney Plus next week. I think it's the 13th. Let me see here. Gotta look this up.
It's Wednesday.
Is it May 12th? Nope, two. It's two. It's two Wednesdays. Sorry. I'm gonna releasing. I guess not this week. Next week, releasing. I was updating our notes to say May 12th here. I just want to say that because I guess Punisher ends this week, and then this will be next week, and this features Frank Castle before he shows up in Spider-Man.
Okay.
Knowing what you've seen from Daredevil and the Punisher from Netflix era, what does he need to do in this show to get him into Spider-Man, Brian? To go from an R-rated to a PG-13?
Ooh, well, he probably needs to chill out on the violence. But I don't know. I have always found it very interesting that Punisher is woven into the background of Spider-Man, because he does not feel like a Spider-Man character. Not a jokey guy.
Definitely kills.
Yeah. So I'm very thrilled that he's going to be in the Spider-Man movie, but very interested in seeing how they make this work.
Yeah. My assumption is, Brian, and I've said this on the show several times, the scene from Civil War where he brings Spider-Man in to an underground medic, it's we need a medic for Spider-Man after he got beat up in the suit, is going to be in Spider-Man Brand New Day at some point.
Ooh, I like that.
I think there'll be some point where, I know we know the rumor is, we've not seen it yet, but the toys are saying there's a Hulk fight, a Hulk versus the Punisher and Spider-Man.
Wow.
Can you imagine saying that sentence even 5 years ago?
No.
I know. So we're gonna get Spider-Man, Punisher, and Hulk, and so the Hulk could do some damage to a Spider-Man, not a regular person, but the Hulk could at the end of the day. Maybe Scorpion. You saw Scorpion. You said for the first time this week. Maybe a Scorpion fight if he's poisoned. What do you think?
Yeah. I do feel like that is a classic Scorpion gimmick that he if you or it's that film theory of if there's a Scorpion He's got to sting Spider-Man before the third
Yeah,
act.
yeah. There's got to be
Like
some.
that,
He's got to hit him with that point on his tail at some point.
yeah.
Right?
So I think that's a pretty good theory you have there that Spider-Man's going to get pretty banged up and nobody's going to remember that who Peter Parker is, and maybe Frank Castle's the only one that can help him.
Yeah, yeah. Because we saw that trailer, like, yeah, because Frank's not trying to kill Spider-Man. He's just trying to, do something else. I know he's in that scene with the tank in the city as well, so we'll see.
Hulk could take that firepower though too. That's that's a good fight.
Yeah, and Punisher. If he's he ain't bleeding from the Punisher probably, but it'll be interesting. But Spider-Man: Brand New Day is next on our list because there are rumors out there. Like, this is from Scoopers, so I'm going to put this under the rumor, but even though Scoopers saying there was a recent test screening for Spider-Man: Brand New Day internally, and the reaction was overwhelmingly positive. I feel like if you work for a company, you want to be positive about it, right? Like.
Fair point.
So that's the important part. Is like, I'm always gonna take these with a grain of salt, just to make sure, like, yeah, this is fine. But if you work there, you're like, yeah, I love the stuff I do, and I hope my company does well, so I can stay employed. With that,
Sure.
But that's still good to hear. I know some screenings aren't as positive. They always try different things. I know they're doing some last minute pickup shots and they call them reshoots, but they're not really reshoots, probably just some pickup shots. But toys and merch are starting to hit the internet and like shelves releases out there. So that's why I talked about seeing an enraged Hulk, I guess, is something that we've always been kind of threatened with. We didn't really see an official version in Age of Ultron, but maybe we'll see one now, like a gray Hulk or like a real, like, we haven't seen the Hulk since what, Infinity War? Like, it's been Smart Hulk ever since.
Yeah.
So,
wow.
Well, I guess we saw was it the Hulk briefly in the in game when they referenced the first Avengers movie, but that was it.
Oh, that's true. That there you go.
Yeah. So
the last time we saw him was 2012. Wow.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, we're gonna go back. So we're gonna see kind of this. I'm excited. Like, I want this to be good. This is the end of July, so we're a little under 3 months away. I don't want to know a whole lot about the movie. I think we've talked about the increase of like potential, like, oh, it's got to be Jean Grey. Sadie thinks got to be Jean Grey in here. I don't know if she is or not. They're awfully quiet if she is. But at the same time, imagine a Spider-Man, Hulk, Punisher, and Jean Grey in the same movie. Like, what? What is it? Christmas? Like, is it my birthday?
It's a brand new day.
So it is a brand new day. That's funny, but yeah, keep your eyes out. Maybe block some words if you need to avoid getting spoiled by any Spider-Man stuff coming up. Do you watch Wonder Man, Brian?
I did watch Wonder Man.
Yes, and you probably heard they're doing a season 2 coming up.
Excellent.
So that got confirmed a while back. But season 2, a lot of people are like, oh, at the end of that season 1, he obviously broke Simon out, or Simon broke Ben Kingsley character. What's his name? Do you remember? Trevor. He broke Trevor out. Yes, and they're like, oh, they're gonna be, the next season's just gonna be superheroes and superpower stuff. Well, rest easy. The creators or the people involved said the people who like the show and like it because it feels different are going to be rewarded. The people who think that this is a show is going to suddenly turn into something else, I'm sorry to say, it's not. Simon still has superpowers. It's still about his relationship with Trevor and about two artists and our industry filmmaking. That's essentially what we want to maintain. I'm happy to hear this. I think he might just go undercover, or like they may work with the Department of Damage Control, right? They kind of say like, oh, Simon could be one of our greatest allies, so maybe he goes undercover into Hollywood again,
sure.
With the being backed by the government. I don't know. I want to see stuff. I really enjoyed the dynamic of the main two characters. Like, I think that's really some of the heart of this. 30 minutes, perfect episodes, a lot of gags, a lot of fun stuff. High quality things. Brian, is there anything you want to see out of this show?
Maybe see them do to Simon what they did to Trevor. Like season 2, we have some sort of villain that's trying to make it in Hollywood, and Simon is gonna have to star in a movie with him, and maybe Damage Control doesn't care that Simon's potentially unstable and might accidentally take the villain out, but
Yeah.
as if they can get him, that's the ideal scenario.
The
But no, no
well,
idea where this is gonna go.
well, the other part of this is if Simon has powers, does his brother? And we know from the comic books, Simon Williams' brother, I forget his name, is the Grim Reaper in the comic books.
Okay.
So we know he and his brother kind of they have a good relationship at the end, but like antagonistic. Like, does his brother have powers we don't know about as well? Like, how did he get his? Is it all is he a mutant? Is it genetic? What is it like? What is that
Sure.
that familial relationship like with that?
Yeah.
And will that be affected by anything? Because that was a big part of that, right? Like they both
Yep.
the mother, the brothers, all that stuff. So I think there's still some stuff to play out of that.
The family secrets. I could see that working real well.
Yeah, the house burning down along the way. They talked about that briefly. So yeah, I think there's a lot to uncover in that dynamic without making it a super powered TV show, right?
Yep.
Along the way, and maybe they'll make fun of like sequels in Hollywood or like the Wonder Man verse. Like they'll call it something funny to parody that. It'll be a good time along the way. X-Men 97 season 2. We have not heard anything from this in a hot second. I'm so excited for the show to return. I've got there's a bunch of promo art released, but I want to pull 3 things out here, and that's essentially there are new teams involved because X-Men at the end of it got tossed in the past, future, and some remain in the present. So the first one we're going to talk about is X Factor. You're familiar with X Factor as a comic book series, right? In the 90s, where it was more of a group of kind of newer mutants. They were trying to always try different teams at the time because there was just so many mutants to throw this. So X Factor, led by what appears to be Havoc. I think this is his brother, Cyclops' brother Havoc. We see Polaris, we've seen art before. Mm-hmm. The Multiple Man, Strong Guy in the background there. Yes. Wolfsbane, who also was most recently in the what was that X-Men
New Mutants movie?
New Mutants, yeah. And I don't know who this girl is. Do you know who she is off the top of your head?
She looks like the senator from season 1, but no.
Yeah, I know, right? Is she the senator? Like, I wanted to say it's like on Emma Frost, but I don't think Emma Frost would be like secondary to this team to Havoc.
Yeah, no. We saw her at Genosha.
Let me see here. X-Men 97 X Factor team. I'm just gonna Google this because, I know we don't normally do. We do this on the show sometimes. Let's see who this is. So INGN X Factor returns. X-Men 97 season 2 comic book preview even. So this is even better. So these people are released in the comic books. Let me see here. Boy, that didn't give me anything at all. It didn't even tell me the name of the team in here. It's not even Forge. Forge isn't supposed to be one of these things. That lady is not in the on the team in the comic book. It looks like here. So maybe it is an Emma Frost or something like a War Forge Emma Frost, I guess maybe. But we'll see about that. X Factor with comic book. The other one I've not heard of, X Corp. Have you heard of X Corp before? For Marvel?
I don't think I have.
I haven't either, but this seems to be the classic team here. Cyclops, Jean Grey, Rogue, Nightcrawler. I believe that's Polaris, Bishop, and Beast in this one. And they kind of have very streamlined outfits. Like, what was it Joss Whedon run in the 2000s?
Astounding X-Men.
This looks like, is Astonishing? Was it Astonishing, not Astounding?
Oh, Astonishing.
Yeah, these look like the Astonishing suits a little bit with like the big yellow X's across the chest.
Definitely.
Very streamlined. This looks like our classic team here. Pretty much across I think they were sent to the past, right? At the end of the show. Do you remember which era they were sent to? I think they found Invincible. This team did.
I'll accept that. I won't argue that. Because I don't remember.
It's been so long.
Exactly who went where.
Yeah, so we don't have that. But it's weird that Polaris is kind of on that twice. But the third one is X-Force. A lot of people may be more familiar with X-Force. That was a big popular Black Ops team of mutants in the 90s and 2000s. This one's led by Cable, Jubilee, Sunspot, Archangel, and Psylocke on this concept art here, or this promotional art here. Sunspot's getting the look. He's
Yes,
got a bandana and some orange in there. I'm impressed. What do you think?
yeah. He seems like the most like redesigned, I guess, on this picture. Um, Archangel looks pretty standard for Archangel. Um, uh, I so thinking about the X-Men Apocalypse movie. I know Archangel's a infamous Apocalypse horseman, and Psylocke was in the movie. And I'm seeing both those characters at the same time right now, so that's making me think about how maybe they're not in the past, maybe they're not in ancient Egypt, but if
Yeah.
Apocalypse is coming,
Yes.
horsemen are going to be there eventually.
Yeah. And that's a good call because Cable didn't go to time. He's already a time traveler. He was actually stayed in the present at the end of the show, I think.
Okay.
With maybe Forge and Storm, I think also other stuff. So you're right. Archangel's already a horseman of Apocalypse. Psylocke was one in there. The other thing to kind of think about is like at the end they had Apocalypse show up with Gambit's card. Remember it's at the very end of the show. Gambit has been a horseman of death. I've not seen Wolverine wasn't any of these, but we know Wolverine will be in this because he had his adamantium ripped off as well. But I know I had to look this up because I couldn't remember if Apocalypse made it into the original animated series or not. But yeah, there was an entire like 8 to 10 episodes of that. So he's not his first time, but he will be coming back and kind of going across his whole like in Sabanur Apocalypse, and I don't think there was another one. So we'll definitely kind of see what's going on with that. But like these are 3 teams again. X Factor, X Force. I'm familiar with the X Corp. I never heard of before, and I don't know if that was just me or a new thing that they're just using for maybe to brand the teams a little bit more as the show comes out. So
Yeah, no, that's a new one to me.
Yeah, okay, great. As long as you haven't heard of it, I feel way better than just me going off my gut instinct there. As we get to the end of the show, Brian, last thing we're going to talk about is Avengers Doomsday. Gosh, we are in the year of our Lord and Savior Avengers Doomsday, which is awesome. So I'm very excited for that. So back in December, there were some leaked photos of like, it looked like, like it was white background, but all the characters in their outfits on like white backgrounds, like doing different poses, like, how they take them for like promotional or poster purposes, like when they're all
Sure.
So these were up for a while. And everyone's like, they're AI, they're not real. Like, someone made these. Apparently they all got DMCA takedown, so copyright takedown this week, meaning that they were probably real.
Wow.
So there are still some, you can find some screenshot those out there, but it was like interesting to see like, Cyclops, Mystique, Professor Xavier, Magneto, Shang-Chi, a lot of the main, Sam Wilson, a lot of the main characters, Thor, in there. And I thought that was interesting that, how do they sit on that for like 4 months, 5 months without getting struck down? Like, you think that would be like, we're going to take them down immediately. Or do you think they left them because they're like, we want people to think they're fake for a little bit? Like, what's the gameplay there, Brian?
Yeah, that's really interesting. It's been a long time, and I kind of do feel like it kind of makes a weird amount of sense to me that just let them stay out there and plant the seed that they might be AI, and that would be enough.
Yeah.
But the fact they're being taken down, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know if maybe like I mean I saw them, but I do the notes every week. I live in this stuff more than other people do, so it's like, well, I saw them, like I don't think I shared them or gave them to anybody, but like it's like one of those situations like, well, maybe the account wasn't big enough or it didn't get enough of a wave for them to even notice at the end of the day.
Sure.
Or maybe they took some and AI'd some up and then they're like, oh yeah, this is definitely made with AI, even though it was a real one, just kind of touched up or enhanced from that. Definitely interesting. If people want to look those up, you can go look them out there. December 2025 Avengers Doomsday character photos, but like I would probably wait to see them in action. They're all kind of low quality marketing promotional photos on a white background. There's nothing big you're gonna pull out of that, so I'd wait till they come out. But I think we're due for a Doomsday official trailer. Like, when do you think, is that a Mandalorian and Grogu draw? Like, is that when it's gonna be?
I mean, that makes a lot of sense. That or Supergirl. It seems like it's more in-house money with Marvel if they do it at their own movie, but if they want to like be stinkers, Supergirl.
Yeah, I think they'd probably do it with Mandalorian and Grogu, because they can put the trailer with it. They like, okay, you're gonna have to show the trailer with our property, but that would also like that's a month before Supergirl, so they can actually queue it up through all of them because Spider-Man comes out in July, right? So like maybe they maybe do an updated one in July for Spider-Man, and kind of dance around the summer movie madness. I'm excited. Like there's a lot coming out this summer between the superhero movies and the trailers. I'm feeling good. Feeling good. Anything on your radar this year that you want to see?
Well, this Avengers Doomsday is huge for me.
Yeah.
May is an exciting month, though. I'm a big fan of those Dark Pictures anthology games that are on PlayStation. Man of Medan with Sean Astin was the very first one. Or not Sean Astin, it was the actor that played Iceman.
Sean Ashmore.
Ashmore, thank you.
Yeah.
And they have it's called like Directive 8020. So they have one set in outer space coming out later this month.
Okay.
And we got James Bond or 007 First Light from the team that made the Hitman games coming out later this month as well.
Yeah.
So very excited for that.
Yeah, it's gonna kick the year. I was looking up Grand Theft Auto's November, by the way. So everything's supporting November to save the life. Yeah, Doomsday's this year. Dune 3. I know you're a Dune fan. Yeah, same day as that. This Dune, essentially a Dune Messiah retelling, but it's not the same as Messiah because we both read Messiah, and that's a very hard book to read.
Yeah.
And they definitely are taking
It's a
some
very
liberties
short book and harder read than the first or the third.
Yeah. So we'll see kind of what they do with that. I'm excited for the Odyssey, right? It's one of my non-superhero things on my radar I'd like to go see with that. But yeah, definitely a good year for everything. Brian,
Avengers Doomsday question for you.
Yeah, go ahead.
When do you think we first saw Thanos? Do you feel like we had seen Thanos this many months before? I mean, we got him in movie scenes, I guess, but like there was that one image we got of him without his helmet on. That was like the first. This is what Thanos is going to look like in Infinity War photo. Because they know we want to see Doom.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen some concept arts, some promo stuff from their the cons they're going to. We saw Thanos at the end of the first Avengers movie, even though it was like very CGI and a different actor. But they already had him in full model for Guardians 1.
Yes.
So I don't know how long it took to get that far. But obviously, Thanos being an entirely CG character and Doctor Doom being played by Robert Downey Jr., who plays Iron Man, is a whole different beast, a whole different story. Because we can see his outfit all day, but I want to see what he looks and sounds like. That's the important part. Like, what does he move like? How's his mannerisms fitting of Doctor Doom? And knowing that Brian here is a Doctor Doom fan of all kinds of. I'm excited for you to see if you get what you want out of it.
Yeah, very excited.
Yes, God Emperor Doom for sure coming up. Brian, thank you for jumping in today and guessing on the podcast. Always a pleasure. I know we talk more than our texts than we do on the phone, so this is a good time.
We do
with that. But if people want to know what you're up to, what you're doing, where can they find you at?
I got a Linktree with Linktree / wildacorn. I'm writing a children's book about some cats in my family that go golfing together. Hoping to have that out end of this year. So that's probably the best place to check that out and stay current.
Sweet, I got the link in there. It worked. I even copied it just to make sure it worked down there. Awesome. Yeah, if people want to follow me, you can follow me on Instagram, Valdan87, VALDAN, or video games of the same name. Brian, we use AI to generate you a script on your way out here that you might have in your text messages still. You feel good to close the show for us?
I do.
All right, take it away.
If you want to become a super fan, all you got to do is head over to superheroslate.com. That is the best place to find all the avenues we host our show and to get our awesome show notes and upcoming release calendar. You can find us on Apple Podcasts, YouTube, Spotify, wherever else you love to listen to find podcasts. You can get merch at superheroslate.com/store. We love hearing from you. Please reach out and let us know what you're watching, what you're listening to, and what you're playing.
And
we love our
there we go.
we love our super fans. If you want to be a super fan of this show, it's easy to do. All you have to do is share the show with a friend, share the show with a buddy, and we'll be here every week, folks.
That's right. We'll see you guys next week.
Bye.